Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu and this is La La Land for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic, Part 7 in the Mayan SOS scenario pack. Split by a road, this small amusement park could use more rides. Your objective, to have at least 1,200 guests in your park at the end of October Year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. So, a fairly small park. So let's have a look. Oh, there you go. There is options to buy more land. Let's see how much that is. £25. That's not bad. Usually it's a bit more expensive than that, so that's not bad. But to be honest, 1,200 isn't a huge amount, so I think we can do it just using the land we've got available if we're smart with space. Free entry, so we're going to be charging for the rides. We've got transport rides, not a bad selection of gentle rides, some pretty tidy coasters, some thrill rides, water rides, and hardly any shops. So as is becoming the norm with these scenarios, I'm going to put all my research into shops. I'm definitely going to want a kiosk. So what I've been doing with these is I've been keeping everything, but I've been adding path loops and optimizing the rides where I think they need them. So let's look at the go-kart track, because yeah, it did look a bit boring. So I'm probably going to want to alter that slightly. I'll keep it, but I'm going to want to alter it slightly. The maze looks a bit fiddly. If you look at all the choices, there's far too many choices for the small brain in these peeps. So I'm going to want to simplify that. I'm going to want to add a track to the boat ride so they can't get stuck. I'm going to want to be adding some path loops to make it easier for building. Let's have a look. There you go. There's no photo section on this, so I'm going to want to add a photo section on that. Yeah, so I'm just going to crack on, research some shops, and optimize the park. I'll see you soon. October Year 1 had a bit of an accident in August. One of the mechanics, I'm not sure how, but he drowned. So he was working on the swan boats and somehow he fell off and drowned. So I'm not sure how that happened. So the canoes, they were here originally, so I've added a track there, and then I've just added the swan boats on the other side as well. The maze, what I did was, rather than editing the one that was there already, it was quicker for me to just delete it and build a new one on the same footprint. And so it's just one continuous path from start to finish. That way the guests still get the bonus, the excitement of going through a maze, but they don't have to get lost and stuck. And watch this guy coming out, he's just jumping. There you go. So he's happy. There's another one coming around. Yeah, they're loving it. And then so we've got a spiral slide on the way out, making some money off the merchandise as well. Just there, they're both sharing the exit path. I've improved the go-karts, so just under 5 excitement as well. Extended the queue, made it a little pretty. Got some shops and seating areas down. Got a nice path loop then, heading down, connecting up to this side of the park as well. So what I'm also doing as well is I've got some of the path in the regular tarmac and then some of the path then in the wood. So the wood is like this little bridge here. Got a photo section on the river rapids. Get some extra coins out of their pockets. Load of kiosks down just around the place. I should probably change the colour on that. Maybe I'll do it later. One thing I noticed, when it rains, everyone's got red umbrellas. It looks a bit dull. So what I like to do sometimes is just change them as I'm putting it down. If it's near a ride, I'll usually change it to the colour of the ride. We've got a wild mouse just here. Rat race. Good excitement on that. Carousel, just giving that a bit of a paint job. So I think what I'm going to want to do is connect these paths up from just past the carousel to this here, and then that gives me some extra room to build. We're doing okay. 800 guests. It's not bad at all in the first year. We only need 1,200. And it's a fairly small park, so I don't want to get too many. Otherwise, we're going to have problems with overcrowding. So maybe, I don't know, 1,400, 1,500, that'll be fine. So I'm going to crack on. I'll see you soon. October year 2, I had been researching water rides in the hope that we'll have some splash boats. But we've unlocked them all. There's no splash boats there because they would have soaked up some of the guests really nicely. Because it is a small park, so I am worried about overcrowding. So I'll research thrill rides now. Built a nice wooden coaster. Nice mess of track. Nice knot there. Spend a bit of time on scenery as well. So we've got some nice station buildings. Nice bridge as well. Just there. Added a path loop here. We've got an observation tower. Just there. Up this side. Nothing much. So, since we haven't got the splash boats, I'm going to start building some coasters as well. Got some nice space that we can do them. Put them down in. Guests in the park starting to stall a little. So we do need some new rides, rather sharpish. So I'm going to crack on. I'll see you soon. October year 3, over 1,300 guests in the park. The scenario wants 1,200, so we are going to pass it. Not by as much as I thought we would have, but we didn't pass the goal as soon as I thought we would have. So the last year then, I've been putting down a load of rides, and one thing I've done as well is I have reduced the price of some of the rides. So we were charging 10 for the coaster, only 5 now. Same for the Wild Mouse. We got a Virginia Reel just down here, charging 5. Usually I'd be able to charge at least 10 for these for the first few months and then reduce it down. But I want to keep the guests in the park for as long as possible. So if the ride is cheaper, they'll be able to go on more rides. 3D cinema, only £1 for that one. We've got a motion simulator, a log flume, pink flamingo, pirate ship just down there. I swapped out the observation tower for a roto drop. Guests really weren't happy with the observation tower, so hardly anyone going on it. So I swapped it out. This one's very popular. Swinging inverted ship just down there, in amongst the wooden coaster. So let's have a look at the graph then. So that was around about July when I started reducing the prices and putting down a few more rides, and then as you can see then the graph goes up quite steeply into August, and then it's gone up then ever since. So we're doing all right. I think I was aiming for about 1,500 guests. That would give us a nice buffer. So we're probably going to get just a little under 1,400. That's not too bad. I think if we'd have expanded, you can buy land on this park. If we'd have expanded, we'd have had more room for more rides. More rides means more guests. But as it is, I think this is a nice looking park. It's not too overly developed. I think there's nice sort of rides are in nice places. There's not too many coasters. Not that you can really have too many coasters, but sometimes if you've got coasters going here, there and everywhere, it can look a bit messy. But I think these are all laid out really nicely. Nice Enterprise down there. Got the queue going underneath as well. So I was expecting that to be a little busier than what it is now. So I wanted that to soak up a lot of guests. As it is, not really that many issues with overcrowding. So I've probably been a bit too conservative with the way I've been building. But all in all, it's fine. I mean, a win's a win. So one thing I did at the start, I did mention at the start as well. I retracked the maze. So I deleted it and then built a new one on the on the footprint, and so it's just one continuous line from start to finish. That way guests can't get lost. If you add choices, then they have to make a choice and then they can get lost. But if there's no choices, they just head one direction. And we've done it. Stew. Fantastic. Not a bad scenario. I think it's a shame that we've got too many, that there's another guest rating scenario. I would like a bit more variety. So having them so close to get together with all the others is, I don't know, it can sort of get you down a little, but they are on the whole generally good. So I am Stu. This was La La Land. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.